What are the best moments of Steph Curry's career? The times he really shocked everyone? Well, given that he's been lighting up the NBA since pretty close to day one, there are a lot of things you could honestly put on that list. After all, most agree that Curry is the best pure shooter in the history of the NBA, which is now 75 plus years old, so that's very high praise indeed. He's won lots of titles, won many awards, and continues to set the NBA on fire when he's on the court. And he makes you miss his presence when he's off of it. But if you're wanting a highlight reel of his best stuff, we've got your back. The Star of Davidson. Ironically, or not so ironically given the man himself, the first big thing we need to talk about here is actually what came before the NBA. Mainly, his breakout run in the NCAA tournament. In 2008, Davidson College earned the number 10 seed in March Madness after a 20-0 conference record. Led by Curry, the Wildcats made one of the most improbably tournament runs to date. In the first round versus number 7 seed Gonzaga, Steph scored 40 points, with 30 in the second half to advance Davidson to the next round. Now matched up with Georgetown, one of the favorites to win the 2008 tournament, Curry's magic didn't stop there. Trailing by 17 at halftime, Steph scored 25 points in the second half to upset the number 2 seed Hoyas. He continued to roll, upsetting number 3 seed Wisconsin by scoring 30 points to advance to the Elite Eight. Despite a 25-point outing from Curry, Davidson fell to the future champions Kansas Jayhawks by 4. But think about that. They kept a blue blood team in Kansas down enough to only lose by 4. And by that time, most people knew that Curry was the best weapon, and so they double-teamed him constantly, and he still put up 25 points. It was this run that led him to being a top 10 candidate for the NBA in the draft that was to come. Speaking of which, the draft placement. After Curry's improbable tournament run in 2008, he decided to stick around for his junior season in 2009. Failing to make the NCAA tournament, Curry declared for the 2009 NBA draft. His size depreciated his draft stock, but his shooting stroke and playmaking ability still earned him a top 10 pick. Selected with the 7th overall pick, Curry was the 4th guard taken. The Minnesota Timberwolves had back-to-back picks at 5 and 6 and selected 2 guards, Johnny Flynn and Ricky Rubio over Steph. Curry was greeted by loud but respectful boos from passionate New York Knicks fans who were disappointed that they did not get the sharpshooting guard with the following pick. Indeed, many Knicks fans were honestly hoping that Curry could help change things for the struggling team. To be fair, we honestly don't know what would have happened if Curry went there. Maybe he would have elevated them to new heights, or, because it's the Knicks, maybe they would have sabotaged Curry and the team, and thus still been in the position that they are in now. Either way, it was shocking because many were surprised that many passed over Curry. And looking back now, all of the teams that passed on him are basically fools. Not the least of which are the Timberwolves, who had 2 picks before Curry and chose people that didn't pan out for them at all. The rookie year. While it's true that Curry didn't become Steph Curry immediately upon entering the NBA, that's not to say his rookie season was a dud. His first game alone showed promise. Curry showed some flashes of the play that has marked his Warriors' career, finishing with 14 points on 7 for 12 shooting, along with 7 assists, 4 steals, and 2 rebounds in a 108-107 loss to the Houston Rockets. Overall, as a rookie, Curry would average 17.5 points, 4.5 rebounds, 5.9 assists, and 1.9 steals while leading the Golden State Warriors with 166 made three-pointers, a total that ranked 6th in the NBA as well. Curry played alongside veteran Monta Ellis, and the two combined to average the most points, rebounds, assists, and steals out of any guard duo in the NBA. 66.8 points per game combined. Additionally, Curry's 5 30-10 games that season were the most by a rookie since Michael Jordan, 1984-85, and tied for the second most all-time, Oscar Robertson, 25, 1960-61. The thing that held him back for a bit was that in the following years, he would have injuries and the style of play for things didn't really work out in his favor at first. But things would soon pick up for him. 54 at the Garden. A 42-point game as a rookie was Curry's previous career high until February 27, 2013 against the New York Knicks at Madison Square Gardens. He then lit up New York for 54 points, which was the highest scoring performance by anyone in the league that season, as he sank a then franchise record 11 three-pointers. one shy of the NBA record at the time. Additionally, Curry's total was the most by a Warrior since Purvis Short tallied 59 points on November 17, 1984. And only Short, Wilt Chamberlain, Rick Barry, and Joe Fulks had recorded higher scoring games with the Warriors. Since MSG's reopening in 1968 at its present location, at the time, only two other visiting players scored more than 54 there. Kobe Bryant, 61 in 2009, and Michael Jordan, 55 in 1995. They say to be the best, you have to play in the biggest stages, and that would definitely be MSG. So, him going for 34 there was shocking indeed. All-time three-point record. One reason that many people hold back Steph Curry in terms of his dominance in the NBA is because many say he relies on the three too much. The fact of the matter is that he's a master of the three because he felt he needed to be good at it to overcome his size and strength disadvantages. Fast forward to the 2021-22 season, and Curry shocked the world again by showcasing how good he still was at threes and then setting the all-time three-point record, beating the previous record holders of Reggie Miller and Ray Allen, whom greeted him and cheered him for beating the record. His three-point ability is insane, and he can make shots from way outside the arc. So the record is rightfully his, and rightfully his to buffer so no one can pass him. Unanimous MVP. Just how good is Stephen Curry? He is the only unanimous MVP in the history of the NBA. The history of it. He became the first unanimous MVP winner in league history after Golden State rolled to an NBA record 73-9 season, spearheaded by the high-scoring guard. Overall, he averaged 30.1 points per game and became the first guard to average at least 30 points per game while shooting 50% or better from the floor since Michael Jordan in 1991-92. Curry also led the league in steals, 2.1, becoming the first player to lead the league in both scoring and steals since Allen Iverson in 2001-2002. He shot 50.4% overall, 45.4% on three-pointers, and led the NBA in free throw percentage, 90.8%. Joining Steve Nash as the only player to hit 50, 45, 90 over the course of an entire campaign. Jordan, Kareem, Magic, Bird, LeBron, Malone, and more have all won the MVP award, but there was always debate. With Curry in that season, there was no debate, and that shocked so many that he was that good. The comeback title. As of right now, Stephen Curry has 4 NBA championships. Arguably, he should have 5, but that's another topic. We could easily point out any one of them as shocking, but in truth, the most recent one is the one that still shocks the most. Why? Because after having their dynasty of 5 straight NBA Finals appearances, 3 wins, 2 MVP trophies for Curry, and so on, the team finally collapsed under the weight of its greatness. Injuries hit the team hard, and the team sunk to record lows in terms of losses. But this past season, everything changed. Curry was 100% for much of the season. Klay Thompson and Draymond Green were back for most of the season as well, and Klay looked as sharp as ever. But it wasn't enough for some. They were the underdogs going into the playoffs, the number 3 seed that many felt wouldn't match up against some of the best out there, except they did match up. Then they went to the NBA Finals where some stats said the Boston Celtics had an 80% chance to beat the Warriors. Really? Not only did Steph Curry perform, the rest of the team helped ensure their names wouldn't be forgotten. They won in 6 games. Curry won the Finals MVP, and the Warriors are back on top. Many felt they couldn't win once Kevin Durant left for the Brooklyn Nets. The Warriors, with Curry at the lead, shocked the world and said, "This is still our NBA." Or as Draymond Green said it, "Welcome to the Warriors Invitational." So what do you think? What do you think of this look at Steph Curry and how he has dominated the league in many ways and has put up stat after stat after stat and won title after title to prove that he is one of the best to have ever done it? Where do you list Steph Curry all time on your personal list? Do you think he should get more respect given all that he's done? Let us know in the comments below, and we'll see you next time on the channel.